In the name of God, the most merciful and beneficent. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. Which means, may the mercy, blessings, and the peace of God be upon you all. May God bless you so that you can live happily. And may peace be upon you so that you can be free. I pray that you never have your own land stolen from under your feet. And I hope and pray that your nation is never destroyed. I hope that you never have to lose your identity and who you are. And I pray that you never feel the pain of seeing your children murdered in front of your eyes. Ameen. We are gathered here today because the atrocities in Palestine must end immediately. How long can the Zionists pretend to be blind? And how long can Israeli supporters continue to fund the murder of innocent people under the pretext of humanitarian support? Only we, the people, united, can defeat the oppressors. The people, united. The people, united, will never be defeated.
The people, united, will never be defeated. The people, united, will never
be defeated. In the past couple of days alone, Israel has killed more than 800 Palestinians with its new offensive named Operation Protective Edge. Well, I demand you tell us, Israel, how was the 3 pregnant women who died Monday in your airstrike a threat to you? And what were they going to do that you needed to protect yourself from them? And while no Israeli child has been murdered by the Palestinians in this new set of violence in July, 155 Palestinian children have been killed. What was their crime? Any decently intelligent person can see through the fake claims of self-defense by Israel. Simple logic says that if you oppress and bully a people for so long, steal their land, steal their belongings, murder their families, and then continue to spit on them every single day, they will attempt to defend themselves. But today, we are here for peace. We are here for an end to violence and the oppression and the bloodshed and the tears. Because that is what Palestine and the world needs. We need an end to apartheid states because that is what Israel is. Israel is an apartheid state. For those who don't know, there is quite literally a wall that cuts off the Palestinians from the land that was once free for them to roam. Now come and tell us, Israel, if that is not segregation, then what is? All the people who denounce the past racial segregation in the United States of America, where are you now? How is this any less than that? In fact, Israel has abased itself so low that it's not ashamed to murder childbearing mothers and children. As civilized people, we all must gather and raise our voices against this barbaric state, misplaced in the 21st century. The United Nations has made Israel a target of 77 resolutions since 1955. Furthermore, they annually hold a day for the international solidarity with the Palestinian people. So if the United Nations supposedly represents international interest, then why is the world not accusing Israel and asking it to stop conducting its crimes? Where are the humanitarians of today? The human rights activists? This is where the people need you the most. Since 1967, the state of Israel has demolished 28,000 Palestinian homes. And you know how many Israeli homes the Palestinians have demolished? None. Today, the Palestinian people still continue to suffer under the tyrannical rule. The Palestinian unemployment rate is about 500% that of the Israeli rate. And yet Israel claims that the people live equally. Has the world ever heard a bigger lie? I don't think so. the year 2000 until now, 7,500 Palestinian civilians have been killed by Israel. Now that's a really odd way to say sorry for all the oppression that they have perpetrated in the last 14 years, in my opinion. Not only the 14 years, but since Israel was created. And can anyone tell me what the 1,700 Palestinian children that Israel has killed since 2000 did? What was their crime? What made children terrorists? How can anyone cover their ears and let this go on? This is not about politics. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It's not about Islam, and it's not about Judaism or any other religion for that matter. This is about the murder of innocent people and oppression.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine, whatever your religion is, whatever your race is, and whatever your chosen political ideology is, it cannot accept the oppression of an entire nation of people. It cannot. It doesn't matter who you are. Gaza has been facing a blockade for the past 7 years. People in dire need of medical attention are dying. Children are dying. Whose religion allows the murder of innocents? Whose political party? No one's. The need to understand and denounce these crimes against humanity in and of itself has become a moral obligation upon every person with a voice on this earth. As they say, you don't need to be an Arab to stand up for Gaza. You only need to be a human. Today we are all here to defend humanity. We must come together, join hands and voices to end this monstrosity. The Palestinian people have no voice. You all see, or rather you don't see, because the media pays no heed to them, instead calling them terrorists. But how can you first create a diaspora of an entire people, kill them and steal their land, and then call them terrorists? What? Are they not human beings? No. In fact, today, in the United States, animals are probably given more rights and treated better than the Palestinian people in Israel. Why is Congress, if America is supposedly the ambassador and the promoter of human rights and democracy, if America is supposedly the promoter and the ambassador, then why is Congress unanimously voting to support Israel? Why are they not denouncing the violations of international laws? Why are they not denouncing the enormous violations of international laws concerning human rights? Let's call for an end to this hypocrisy. We, gathered here and everywhere as a democratic people, must use our own voice to stand up against this evil dictatorship. We must bring freedom and liberty to this long-tormented people.
No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land!
Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Come on, everybody!
No peace on stolen land!
Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land!
Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! So my question remains unanswered. Why do the world powers need children, teenagers, adults, and the elderly alike? Why do they need us to stand here and tell them that murder is wrong? Does anybody know? Because I don't. But I do know that as long as the genocide by the Zionist regime continues to occur, I will be here and you will be here. And I promise you that we will not let this go on. We will be here standing united through our humanitarian beliefs for the freedom of the Palestinian people. Thank you, and may peace be upon you all.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Will never be defeated! People united will never be defeated! The 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 people united will never united will never